the Trump, Tesla, and the pyramid connections are real. If you study history, Trump's uncle John knew Nikola Tesla, and he even hosted Nikola Tesla at one of his hotels. And I believe Nikola Tesla died in one of those hotels, and he left behind a lot of technology, paperwork, or the schemes or schematics to the technology that he had created. Now, even though Nikola Tesla's technology was suppressed, John Trump had access to those papers and technology. And it's been speculated that President Donald Trump is aware of these technologies that Nikola Tesla had in his possession, and then Uncle John had in his possession, Uncle John Trump. So President Donald Trump is aware of these ancient technologies, but he's aware of the Nikola Tesla technologies. Now, if you look at Nikola Tesla's technology, especially the schematics, the artwork, how it's designed, you will see that it resembles those pyramid structures, ancient pyramid structures they found underneath the pyramid. Those power plant type, Duracell battery type looking, with wires going around them. The schematics they found, the illustration they discovered as far as with the sonar or the LiDAR, or however they do the scanning of the underground. These drawings, they match the Nikola Tesla technology schematics or the illustrations. And it's safe to say that Nikola Tesla, whose work was based on withdrawing energy from the ground, you can probably say the same thing about the hidden structures or the structures that were uncovered underneath the pyramid. So with that being said, as these things are coming to light, that Donald Trump knew the technology of Nikola Tesla, which was based on ancient Egyptian technology, it's safe to say that Donald Trump knows that there is energy that can be taken from the earth. The earth has resources. When he talks about mining liquid gold, or when he talks about, just energy that's available, he knows so many things that can be available to the average human being. Now, with that being said, it's good that we have President Donald Trump, who's aware, our president is aware that these things are available, free energy or energy that the Egyptians used is available through the earth. But one thing we have to be aware of is that Israel lived in Egypt at a time when these things were really at a peak, you can say. Even though the flood, this was pre-Moses, the flood destroyed a lot of technologies from back in the day, but Egypt still retained a lot of fascination with the type of technology that it had. Why? Because they were the worshippers of the Illuminati, or the satanic culture that they had over there in Egypt was something that was above what the world had seen at the time. That's why Egypt was at a center place. In the time of Joseph, people used to go to Egypt to buy all their grains and all their things. And Egypt was like in the center of everything at that time. And even at the time of Moses, Egypt was at a peak time. And Bible mentions something. It says that when Israelites, they left Egypt, their hearts were still in Egypt. Or you can say that the heart, or Egypt was still in their heart. So it's not just they were in love with Egypt, but they were fascinated by the technology of Egypt. They were fascinated by the culture of Egypt, because the satanic Egyptian technology was a technology that was introduced to mankind through the fallen angels. The fallen angels introduced mankind to technologies that were not something within their grasp. But when they made deals with the devil back in the day, or deals with the fallen angels, maybe they traded their Genesis 6 says the sons of men saw the daughters of the sons of God saw the daughters of men. So that can allude to exchanging of technologies for the daughters, and then you get free technology. What does Satan gain from human beings? What Satan gains is he gains human access to the DNA genome. That's what he gains. So all these things are coming into play if you look at it carefully, that the old technology that was introduced through the fallen angels that the Egyptians cultivated because they were getting access to the heavenly realm, you can say the Tower of Babel. Like the Tower of Babel was the ultimate tower before the pyramids. So that was a technology wonder on its own. You can do your study on that. But that was also introduced through the world leader at the time. It was I forgot his name, but the world leader at the time of Tower of Babel, he had access to technologies that were introduced to him through the fallen angel thing that happened when they fell to the earth. So everything is adding up that fallen angels introduce humankind to these technologies, and at the same time, these technologies are beneficial to the human needs of the flesh. They help the flesh feel the pleasure. You feel the pleasure of the technology. So much so that when Israel was getting out of Egypt, they were fascinated by the technology, the culture of Egypt. Now, where have we heard that before? We saw that in Lot's wife, who had the same fascination when she turned around and looked at Sodom and Gomorrah, another place where there were satanic things going on, where sexual sin was rampant. So all these things are connected, folks, and we're just regurgitating from the past what God had already dismantled, destroyed. We had the 10 plagues, also the flood. The flood destroyed a lot of things. The 10 plagues destroyed certain things in Egypt. And we're just trying to rediscover those things. And the Bible tells you there's nothing new under the sun. So if you're looking for these, if you're looking for the answers in old technology, eventually when you search your soul first, you're going to find out that all these things were satanic and God destroyed it for a purpose. The real technology, the real fascination should be the kingdom of heaven. That has the real technology there, because all the fallen angels they introduced was things that they introduced from the heaven above. But again, it was secondhand. It was not firsthand. And that's where you get all your religions from too. So God bless you. This is EJ.